Hi, I'm Cass McNamara and I'm going to tell you a little bit of the backstory of the Comfortable Upright Birth Support known as the CUB. I suppose the first thing to tell you is that I am the inventor of the CUB, and I suppose you're wondering why on earth would somebody decide to invent something like that. My background is I'm a midwife, a registered midwife in the United Kingdom, and I have had quite a long career working in the NHS. And while I was working in the NHS, I noticed that birth balls were very commonly used, and sometimes birth stools as well, but they both had some disadvantages that I felt surely there must be something that is easier to use or has the advantages of both of these products without the disadvantages. So really, as a more kind of academic exercise, I decided to have a go at coming up with something. I did have a good search online, Dr. Google, to see if there was something, because I thought it can't be that complicated. We need something that's comfortable, that promotes upright positions. So there must be something, but I couldn't actually find anything. So I started with my son's Action Man models and some modelling clay, and started making different things, and poor Action Man was put into some birthing positions he was never designed to get into, but it helped me understand what I needed to do. So I became more and more interested in actually developing the product, but I don't have a background as a midwife in product development, never mind getting a medical device onto the market or getting a patent or how to sell it or any of those things. But I decided that I would take it as far as I felt that I possibly could. I was very fortunate to be involved in an organisation called Entrepreneurial Spark that helped me understand some of the things that I needed to do, and also put me in touch with some people that could help me formulate and firm up the idea. Through Entrepreneurial Spark, I applied for something called the Scottish Edge Fund, which is a national competition for entrepreneurs to present their idea to win funding to start to develop their idea. So much to my amazement, considering I only had some very rough drawings and a bit of an idea in my head, I was one of the first winners of the Edge Fund, and I won £30,000. That £30,000 allowed me to have some prototypes done and have device design drawings done, and really start to think more about what the product needed to do. It also allowed me to have a little money to get a very, very small order of the first units. This CUB now is very different from those first units, but when you invent a product, you have to have people using it to get feedback, to know what works better and what changes you need to make to it to make it as efficient as possible. So that was 4 years ago now. So the product is successfully on the market. It's used in many of the NHS hospitals in the UK. We sell it into 68 different countries. It has changed a bit since that first model, as I said. It has 2 layers on the top, it has bigger inflation valves, the material is a bit thicker. At one stage it had handles, they've now gone because people were pulling them. So what's next for it, really? Well, I suppose I never started out thinking that I was going to be a medical device designer. I never thought that I would actually manage to get something onto the market, never mind get patents. And we have patents for the CUB EU-wide, in the UK, in China and in the USA as well now. So come a long way, and it's been a very, very steep learning curve. And actually we're still learning how to make this as useful as it possibly can be. But what I would say to anybody else, particularly if you happen to be somebody that sees an issue that you think could be simply solved, it's really easy to tell yourself you wouldn't be able to do anything about that. If you don't try, you're right, you'll not do anything about it. But what I would say is have a go, try, and see where it takes you, because it's certainly taken me on a journey I never thought I would have. I thought I was going to retire as a full-time midwife, which is a job that I love, but I also love doing this now as well. So that's the story of the CUB.